Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we still love reviews and tutorials. My name is Forenza. If you're new here, hey y'all, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell notification button next to it so you can get notified when I post new videos. If you're not new here and you not subscribed, sis, what you doing? Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell notification button next to it so you can get notified when I post new videos. All right, welcome back to part 2 of my eyeshadow series. If you have not watched part 1, you want to make sure you go ahead and go on over there and watch the first part of this series. This is going to be a eyeshadow tutorial series. The reason why I put it in quotes is because not every single video is going to be a tutorial. Some will be, well, I guess the first one was not a tutorial, but everyone after that will likely be a tutorial. But I am simply going through the all the things I think that you need to know in order to get started with creating eyeshadow looks. The first video was about brushes, so you need to know what tools you need in order to create these looks. This video is going to go over the basics. So we're going to talk about priming your eyelids. We're going to talk about the different types of eyeshadows, or the most common different types of eyeshadows. That's what I should say. We're also going to talk about a couple different techniques that you can use when applying eyeshadow. And so, yeah, if you are interested in seeing how I created this bomb look, keep watching. So for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to use the Walhalla palette from Juvia's Place. This has a combination of the 3 most common types of eyeshadows. Your matte shadows, which show up true to color. They don't have any glimmer or glitter or anything like that in them usually. Then you have quite a few of them in this palette, but the shimmers, these are more like showing up as a foil on your skin. Usually you don't need anything to like help them stick other than like setting spray, for example. We'll talk about that in later in the video. But this palette also has these glitter shades that are very chunky, and usually with glitter shades it does require you to have some sort of adhesive because they don't really stick to your skin, because they are much more chunky than the glitter than the shimmer shades are. This palette is an excellent one. It is very versatile. I absolutely love it, from Juvia's Place. Okay, so first I start by using my P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 4, and I just apply that. A little bit goes a long way with this on my lid. You can either blend this out with a brush or you can blend it out with a sponge. I always choose a brush, and I just kind of pat it in. I don't, smear, if that makes any sense. You do not need to set your base. You can leave it wet. It allows your pigments to show up brighter, in my opinion. So then I'm starting with my eyeshadow C brush from e.l.f. I talked about this in my last video. This is a perfect brush to pack color onto your lid with. I love it because it gives you that shape that you're looking for, almost automatically because of the shape of the brush. So I just sort of follow the way that shape is guiding me on my lid, and stamp that color in. So you're going to probably have to be going back and forth between your eye and the pan to just pack that color on. It's really important to pack it on because you're going to be doing a lot of blending and you don't want to lose your color. It's okay if you're going ham on the color here. That's fine. Don't be afraid to go ham. I do wing it out a little bit because I like the way that the illusion that it gives the shape of my eye, but you don't necessarily have to. Now I'm taking my Morphe M507 brush and I am going to go into a lighter color. This is a lighter gray color, and I am just gonna buff out the edges of that color using circular motions. This is one of, a couple different techniques you can use to apply eyeshadow to your eyelid. The small circular motions just really work well for me when it comes to blending, especially when I'm buffing out a pretty, you know, dark packed on color. You're gonna see that the gray is gonna sort of make the black fade, but that's okay because the point is that you're blending these two colors together. So then I go back in with my eyeshadow C brush and just continue to buff out the harsh line from that black color that I initially put down. This really does help you to blend those two colors in a little bit more. I'm using a windshield wiper movement now. It's really small, but I'm going back and forth as opposed to using those small circular motions. I take my M507 brush again and I go back with those same motions. So now I'm going back in with a bigger fluffy brush, and I'm actually going to keep this brush clean, not adding any product to it. And I am going to use that to buff out those colors. When you are using this, or when you're using a blank brush, I really suggest very lightly touching your lid. So you're really like using those small circular motions, but it's very light, not a heavy hand at all. Now I'm going in with a smaller pointed fluffy brush because I want to focus on the black again. I am going to tap a little bit into that dark black color to continue to blend it out. You're going to be switching between several different brushes while you are blending out. That is the key, I think, in a really good blend. You're probably going to see some of that black disappear. This is another fluffy brush again, empty. There's nothing on this brush, no pigment, and you're just using it to blend it out. You're going to see that color start to disappear, but it's okay because we're going to cover it up with another color in a second. This is a very, very large fluffy brush. Again, you're going to put no color on it, and this is to help to blend all those colors together and to sort of blend it into the lid space above where you actually put that color to just make it seamless. I find that this gives me like a beautiful blend. This is sort of the last thing I do. So now I'm taking a flat eyeshadow brush and I'm actually going to spray it with some setting spray, any setting spray. You don't need a lot. I just do 2 squirts and then I dig into the shimmer color. You are going to follow the same shape that you use with that black color. Not covering up the black color, but just kind of going right, almost like if you were doing a cut crease. But you're just going to follow that black color and just fill it all in on your lid. And then I'm going in with my Orbit brush, or a more dense blending brush, and I'm going to tap lightly into that same shimmer color and just buff out the edges of the shimmer color on my lid. And that is your final look, my friends. You can put on some liner if you like and add some lashes, but this is it. It's super simple. Okay, so I didn't tell you guys what I did, or I didn't show you what I did on my bottom lash line, but it was incredibly simple. So I'm going to show you real quick what I did on my bottom lash line so that you guys can be all caught up on this look. Okay, so on my bottom lash line, I just took this brush, which is the Morphe, oh, this one doesn't have a number, but it's essentially like a flat, sort of fluffy brush, and it's kind of short. And I just took the dark shade that we used on the top and just went like this on my bottom lash line, right? And then I took my Morphe M507 brush, the same one that we used on top to buff out that dark color, and I just did like this right underneath of my eye. And the same thing that I'm doing right here. I didn't even add any more color. I just went ahead and like smoked it out. Not adding any color allows you to really just take the color that's already on your eye, so the pigment that's already there, and use that to smoke it out. And so that's essentially what I did here. And then all I did was took a green eyeliner. This is the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a Turn On Waterproof Extreme Shine eyeliner. That's what this is. And this is in the shade Esmeralda, so it's like a green, like a true Kelly green. And I just put that in my waterline, and that was it. I used some mascara, nothing super dramatic or super like hard to do. I think a lot of people are really afraid of the under eye, and that's why I think it's so important to use a brush like this when you are applying the come on, focus. There we go. When you're applying the pigment to your under eye, because then you can focus it. You see how it's like thinner and not, you know, super fluffy. If I were to use a fluffy brush like the M507 to apply that color, then it probably would have been a lot more smoky than I intended it to be. But by using this, I can concentrate that color, and you can kind of just stamp it on too if you want, to ensure that it's right against your lash line and not, you know, any further under, and then take that M507 brush to smoke it out some. So it's that simple, y'all. It's just a couple different things that you have to remember when you are doing an eyeshadow look. All of the things that we talked about today, you're going to be able to use in the next 3 videos that I post in this series. There are going to be 3 specific eye looks that I think are most popular, that people really want to know how to do, and that are, you know, relatively easy to perfect. And so if you're interested, just make sure that you are subscribed so you can get those notifications, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I am going to be posting a video every single week. If this was helpful, make sure you thumbs this video up, like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends, family, aunts, uncles, mother, dad, whoever. Share with them, and make sure you check out all my other videos on my page. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.